This data visualization contrasts Brazil's massive mountain of historical wins against a very strange anomaly. Look at this zero-win data column, specifically labeled Norway. 2 draws, 2 losses, 0 wins. The history goes back decades. In the 1998 World Cup group stage, Norway stunned a Brazilian squad at the peak of its powers with a 2-1 defeat. Fast forward to July 5, 2026, a sold-out MetLife Stadium, evening kickoff, an ocean of yellow shirts expecting their heavy favorites to cruise through the round of 16. Yet, the artificial intelligence prediction model gives Norway a massive 33% probability to eliminate Brazil tonight. The model is detecting a very real vulnerability. Brazil is walking onto the pitch, missing its most critical tactical armor. A typical David versus Goliath narrative obscures what is actually a highly specific, measurable tactical nightmare waiting to happen. The crisis starts in the midfield engine. Lucas Paquetá is out with a grade 2 hamstring tear, deleting Brazil's primary progressive passer. This tactical diagram maps Brazil's starting formation. Bright red indicators show zones bleeding personnel. Rafinha is doubtful, Rodrigo is absent, and Wesley is sidelined. Furthermore, defensive anchor Casemiro is nursing a muscle scare, making his 90-minute survival highly questionable. Without those players, Brazil's standard method for dictating tempo and controlling the center of the park is essentially non-existent. Into that exact vulnerability steps Martin Odegaard. The tournament's second most creative engine operates precisely in the space vacated by Paquetá and a hobbled Casemiro. This schematic illustrates Norway's offensive solution. Watch how their direct, vertical passing line bypasses the congested areas, slicing a path straight through those compromised Brazilian zones. That passing line ends at Erling Haaland. He has 5 goals in this tournament, and across his career, he has never lost to Brazil. Antonio Nusa provides explosive, direct pace on the right, specifically targeting Brazil's injury-ravaged fullback positions for the full 90 minutes. Norway doesn't need to rely on lucky bounces. They possess the specific structural weapons required to dismantle this exact version of Brazil. Brazil's lifeline relies entirely on the left flank. Vinicius Jr. is the tournament's most lethal attacker, already racking up 4 goals and an assist. His assignment is to constantly isolate his Norwegian defender in one-on-one matchups, dragging a crippled offensive line forward through sheer individual quality. If the match devolves into a test of endurance, manager Carlo Ancelotti holds one wildcard. 18-year-old Endrick can come off the bench late, injecting fresh legs against a heavily fatigued Norwegian defense. With their tactical structure compromised, Brazil's progression depends on these isolated moments of high-stakes individual brilliance to bypass Norway's setup. This is a blinded giant fighting a tactical sniper in a 90-minute war of attrition. The AI model projects Norway taking an early lead, forcing Brazil to claw their way back to a grueling 2-1 victory using those late substitutions. Simply surviving this clash will demand the most difficult and exhausting 90 minutes of Ancelotti's entire tournament campaign. But the Norwegians step onto the pitch with zero fear and a system designed to exploit these specific fractures in the Brazilian spine. If Brazil survives, they exercise a 28-year-old demon. If Norway succeeds, they solidify their status as the one opponent the Seleção has never found a way to outplay.